Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend. God damn it. Off to a great start. Anyway.
Always. We're always off to the great start. I don't know what you're talking about.
Good lord. So I think OBS is working.
I mean,
we're talking and the bar is moving.
the Bears are we Irish now? The Bear.
The World War II machine gun is working.
So what are we gonna talk about today?
We are talking about the general future of gaming as a whole in our current state. Is currently what, 2022? Yes, it is 2022.
Is it?
Is it? Wait, I'm second guessing. Yes, it's 2022. It really shows you how awake I am right now.
Man, that woke up an hour and a half
But
ago.
basically, we're going to be talking about next-gen consoles, next-gen releases, games that you and I both...
because there are a couple games that actually, from our childhood, there's
shit that got re-released. There's stuff that is currently active right now on PS4 and Xbox that got re-released or...
Well, not re-released, but last month, Ark, which is like an old prehistoric... hardcore Minecraft, but prehistoric.
You mean the one with Vin Diesel?
No, not that one. Something that came out actually this month for PS4 players is SpongeBob Battle Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
God.
They actually put that as a free game.
I know they did. And okay, here's the thing. I wouldn't be upset if, for fuck's sake, like the lineup for PS Plus would be any better. It's fine. Like, it's...
I wish the lineup was better.
I wish we had something else. Like, keep SpongeBob. But, like, the last lineup was pretty okay. It was the Ghost of Tsushima 4-player co-op. It was Ark, and it was that one Sonic racing game.
Yeah, which Sonic Racing... Okay,
it's
cool.
Basically fucking Mario Kart.
It's Mario Kart, but with Sega characters, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't bad, but like, oh, and don't worry, we're definitely gonna get into the PlayStation Sparta, them combining PS Now and PS Plus, because that's just a fucking scam.
Yeah, they're putting those two together, and then on top of that, they're something about Xbox, which we don't play Xbox, but we know about it, where they've actually ended up reducing the price again of Xbox
Game Pass. Yeah, Gold is basically the combination between standardized Xbox, Xbox Live, and Game Pass. They basically say, fuck it, combine the two, so if they want both in one package, we can give it to them in one package. Now, what PlayStation's currently doing...
is trying to do the same thing.
We'll just talk about it right now. What PlayStation's currently doing is that they're trying to do the same thing, but they're being really, really shitty about it.
They're doing it as a tier They're doing it as tiers and not just, oh, you buy the most expensive, there you go.
That's the thing. It's as tiers, but if you want to look up the tiers, because I'm kind of fuzzy on it. The thing is, the most expensive version of this combination is $120 a year. So that's 2 modern AAA games a year that you're spending for
let's see if I can
basically like a minor library of games that were on the PS3. The thing is, you can't play those games through emulation. It has to be server based, which means it's dependent on your internet connection, which is why PS Now is not that popular. Not a lot of people like PS Now because
I'm trying to find the new tiered system.
Xbox does Xbox Game Pass better because they're emulations. It's not fucking like, oh, let's just take this, let's just make a server that they can, or let's make it a stream. That's what it was, not a server, a stream. Let's have them stream the game with their internet. So that way, what happens is, when your internet gets shitty, your input lag is worse. Your game's frames are probably going to be worse and shit like that. But when it's Xbox, the games are emulated, so you can just take the physical game, install it, and then it's on your console.
Yeah, because they even have...
It's fucking hilarious. So here are the tiers. So we have the tiers. We have the PS Plus Essential, which gives...
No, you're fine.
I was trying to read it. We have the PS Plus Essential, which is the bog standard PS Plus that we all know and love. We have the monthly PS5, PS4 downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage, online multiplayer access. That's what we got.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we wanted to go an extra tier, we would get the PS Plus Extra. That includes, on top of what I just said, it includes a downloadable catalog of nearly 400 PS5 and PS4 games.
Which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Doesn't make a lot of sense if you still have a PS4.
Because now you're missing out on probably like...
Say half of those games, they're probably not, but say half of those games are...
PS5 only.
PS5 only. That is 200 games that you can play if you have a PS4, and the other 200, well, guess what? You need to fork over $500 for it if you actually want to play them.
500 plus.
Yeah, 500 plus. But that's it for PS Plus Extra. Then there's PS Plus Premium, which is the final tier, and on top of the three we just listed, it has PS3 game streaming, not emulation, streaming. So it's what I said. It's the fucking... It's tied to how good your internet is. So if your internet is like... If your internet's great, you're not going to have that bad of a time. Maybe some input lag here and there. If your internet is like mine, or like a standard, I'm not putting everything towards gaming internet. Like if you play gaming casually and your internet's not that good, you're going to basically just have the worst fucking time
If you
possible.
have like Walmart or Stewart's
you're
internet.
better off with a PS3 than actually trying to fucking do
Yeah,
this.
because this is like, oh, cool, PS3 game streaming. If you wanted to play like original Destiny 1 or Black Ops 2 or something like that
Force Unleashed
from PS3, it would be like, oh, hey, your input lag? Yeah, no, now you have like, oh, you might be running at 60 FPS on a PS4, but now it's like, oh, hey, I have 120 ping while someone on a PS3 has 30.
Yeah. Like, it's to a point where, say, yeah, you're playing Black Ops 1 multiplayer. Your internet's already shit, so you're having a bad time in the match already. But now, on top of that, you're running input lag. You're just going to have a bad time.
You're just going to have a bad time because you're going to be, like, shooting at someone, and they're going to be, like,
It's like playing and the console's drunk. Like...
It's like playing a co-op multiplayer game that's single player.
Yeah, and it's just, in my opinion, if you by God want to play PS3 games, just fucking buy a PS3 at this point.
Buy a PS3, or if you have one that you haven't sold yet, just go on it.
Just keep it. Just keep your PS3, man, because They talk that emulation is hard. They're the fucks that made the console. If they can make the console and they can have the games made for the console, why the fuck are you telling me that it's hard for them to emulate the games? If Xbox can do it, they can do it.
Because especially, this was actually a topic I wanted to like jump onto, because we all know how crossplay works.
Oh my god, yeah.
We all know how crossplay works, how Sony's a big bitch about it, and we're not gonna go into like the reasons why.
We have the rights to a Marvel character, therefore we can only make video games around this Marvel character and his universe.
So, something that recently happened, if a lot of people don't know, the new Tiny Tina Borderlands game.
Oh yeah.
That is crossplay between all consoles.
Really?
Sony gave that Tiny Tina Wonderland the possibility to have PS4, PC, Xbox, and whatever else is compatible with it.
Oh, how generous of them.
That you can play that game with friends. Yes.
Oh, how generous of them.
Yeah, I know.
Considering
the fact that something like Remnant from the Ashes or Spider-Man or anything like that isn't crossplay, even though it's a multiplayer game.
Just as a nice little twist to the knife, Sony signed a contractual deal with Square Enix and CD
Mm-hmm.
Crystal Dynamics. When Marvel's Avengers came out, Spider-Man was a console exclusive hero.
Mm-hmm.
They added and this wasn't just like an Echo hero. This was like, when I say Echo hero, I mean like, basically they took the move set from a pre-existing hero.
No, that like an
copy pasted it and then gave it some variation.
like an Echo hero is like something that you do for Smash Bros. Where it's like, okay, we already have Ike. Now we have this person that just
Echo heroes are a lot more prevalent now, and it's annoying the community really a lot, because the first two heroes we got was Kate Bishop and Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Hawkeye was the original. He got an echo of Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop is his echo.
Yeah.
Then we had Black Panther, who was completely new, thankfully. Then if you were on PS4, if you were fortunate enough, you get Spider-Man, who was completely new. They announced that the next hero they're releasing, guess who she is? Jane fucking Foster.
Why?
Thor with tits, basically. It's another fucking echo. We all looked at each other, and
it's really like, it's pretty dumb.
If they're going to go this route and just make echo characters, then why the fuck is it still taking them upwards to half a year to make them?
Yeah, it's just dumb. That's why Marvel Avengers, like, it didn't flunk.
I still play it.
It didn't flunk super hard, but that's why a lot of people like got it expecting it to be a really good game because it was new.
A AAA, you know how excited I was for it. I wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, because there was like, I went and I ended up wanting to buy it, and then after seeing how long it takes for a new character to pop out, I'm like, so I'm just wasting. I feel like I'm wasting money.
I wasted about $70 because I pre-ordered it. And
yeah, but you were genuinely hyped for
I was.
it. For the average person that like looks at it and then sees how long it takes.
Oh no, I feel bad for those
It would be the same thing if it was like a Mortal Kombat game.
I feel bad for those who got the deluxe version, or worse yet, the collector's edition. Because yeah, you get all this nice cool stuff with the collector's edition, but you still buy the collector's edition to play the fucking game.
Yeah. You don't get anything extra on top of it. It's not something like it's not something like the Borderlands game where you bought the collector's edition. You get all this shit day one, and oh yeah, you might have to wait for DLC, but Borderlands and 2K, Gearbox and 2K were very like, oh, we're going to have a new character out at this time, and it was never going to be like, oh hey, we had to postpone it for whatever reason. It was a brand new character almost every single time, and they had new mechanics. Okay, they took it from, like, if we're going to like Borderlands 2, okay, they made Krieg the Psycho off of putting a Psycho and a badass Psycho together. Cool. But he had every version of a Psycho to him. So they had to take every version of a Psycho in Borderlands 1 and 2 and put it into a character. They weren't
the thing in Marvel's Avengers.
So it's like they were like making an Echo character, but they had to put more into it.
But in Marvel's Avengers, it's like the only thing that's going to differentiate Jane Foster from Thor, because they're probably going to use the same Odin Force mechanic, which is their intrinsic, is most likely going to eventually be their abilities and maybe some move sets, and that's it. They're going to do the same flight mechanics, because why would you change that?
Flight mechanics I can see, like, with flight mechanics, is it that big of a deal for them to have different flight mechanics?
But, like, you get my point. This is an Echo. This is not a new character.
This isn't at all.
And people, if you play it on Xbox, you are legitimately waiting over half a year for these fucking people to come out. And it's pissing
especially
people off.
Something like Spider-Man. Like, if you bought it on Xbox and it's like, oh hey, you see all so if it was like crossplay PvP and you see someone with Spider-Man, you're gonna know they either play on Xbox or they didn't play on Xbox, or they have a secondary PS4 account.
Okay, so touching back on this, sorry. So we talked about the first new tier you get for PS Plus Premium would be like the PS3 game streaming. Now the next tier is
PS1,
PS2, and PSP. Yeah, how the fuck are you gonna play a PSP game
I know
on the
I know of
PS4.
one PSP game that I would actually play. I know one genuine PSP game that I would play, but I'd get so annoyed with it now because the mechanics are so bad.
Yeah, there'd be one PSP game that I could see myself play. Okay, the only way this could possibly be worth it is if you can actually download them and not stream them. But here's the thing: PS2, PS1, and PSP game catalogs for download and streaming. There's going to be like 3 games in that catalog that's actually download, and the rest are just going to be the same thing as the fucking PS3 game streaming. So again, it's if you have a PS2,
do you have a reliable internet to be able to do this? Because I know games from like PSP, PS1, and PS2 that I would play, like the original Spyro games, the original Crash Bandicoot games, like stuff like that. But if I'm streaming it and I'm getting input lag, I'm gonna get so annoyed with it because you know how Spyro games are. They were really fidgety early on, even with them being on even with them being on their home base console. Imagine streaming that and having the input lag on top of like getting glitched into a wall.
Oh no, but here's the final tier. This is what makes it all worth it, right?
Yeah,
this is what makes the fucking $120 a year you're spending worth it. Time limited game trials, demos.
Yeah, so you get the full game, but for a limited time. That's pretty much saying, oh, we have a beta of this game, and the beta is gonna last from this time to this time, and then you can't play the game. That's literally what like big games does. That's what like Destiny 2 did. That's what a lot of other games.
Remember when
did.
betas were like actually meant for like play testing? Like they would be released literally months prior to the game coming out, and they would literally be released for fucking free.
That was like Destiny 2. Like Destiny 2, it was 6 months before Destiny 2 actually came out, and the beta was screwy as all hell. Something was Warlock Nova Bomb was overpowered. Titan, like a lot of things were just super overpowered, and we knew what was going to happen.
Now the whole concept
now betas is like, oh,
closed beta, open beta. I remember, again, going back to Marvel's Avengers, they had a closed and open beta, but it was literally like a month, if not 2 weeks before the game came out. And we're all looking at each other like, there are some legitimate fucking problems
with this beta.
With this game. Like, with this game that we are playing right now, there are legitimate problems that need to be fixed. How the fuck are they going to fix all these problems in the span of, like, 2 weeks? And guess what? We thought to ourselves, they're not going to be able to. Not in 2 weeks. They're probably going to take, like, the period of a couple months. That's when most people started to abandon ship. The time when the betas came out is when a lot of those people just started canceling their pre-orders. Because they fucking knew, there is no way that they would be able to fix the amount of shit that was in that game during the beta before the first month, before the honeymoon period would end.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Games need to not start broken. They need to be on the right foot, because first impressions mean everything. And if I'm buying a game new,
that's like Battlefield 2042 when that beta came out.
If I'm buying a new game.
Well, that's like all the Call of Duty betas. Like, I played the Cold War beta and I played the Vanguard beta, and still about Call of Duty Vanguard, it took them until recently, like last week, it took them to fix one of the most overpowered guns in the game, and it can still 3-shot you and bullet penetrate and wallbang you through like 20. It's the bar.
Didn't the fucking game come out in like what, November, October? Like, they keep releasing the game earlier and earlier. Remember, it used to come out normally in December around Christmas time. Because it would be just the perfect time.
It would come around like in November. So if the people pre-ordered it because they wanted it that much, then you get it in November, because by the time Christmas time is, okay, there's a lot of people that already know the game, and some people,
Christmas noobs.
Some people that I know, like me and a couple of my friends that were like, above average at the game, we would buy it before Christmas and then help all of our friends that got it for Christmas to learn the game. And so like we were okay, yeah, you might think it's really annoying because we're like six stacking like Call of Duty like deathmatch or something, but it's like we're not six stacking to like pub stomp random amounts of teams.
Yeah, it's like
we're six stacking to like show our friends how to play this game.
Yeah, we're like
or
six
learn
stacking
the guns.
to help our 3 level 1 like
yeah, like there was
players.
me in Vanguard that was like level 50. I was already prestige 1. I had a friend that was level 30 and I had a friend that was like level 40. And then we had 4 or 5 people that just got it for Christmas that were all level 1s, and I got told constantly like by the other team, "Oh, look, you're six stacking cuz you want to be good at the game." It's like these guys are level 1. They've never touched this game in their life and they have no attachments on their gun. How am I six stacking to like
I'm stick stacking.
Yeah, how am I stacking a full squad against you guys when these guys don't even know any of the mechanics of the game?
But yeah, that's the thing. Like limited game trials, like time limited game trials, you're essentially playing a fucking beta.
You're essentially
either you're playing a beta or you're playing a demo, and either way, both back then demos were like $1.
Like betas were okay.
Betas were free and demos were $1.
Demos were like, oh hey, you play the demo, but it has a cutoff point. That I feel like the limited. I feel like the time limited game trials.
You remember Jam Pack?
Yeah.
The fucking PS2. They were PS2 games that had like 8 to 10 demos per disc, and they had a whole series of them because it was a way to have players, be like, okay, I'm going to play this, I'm going to play through all the demos, I'm going to see what I really enjoy playing. So it's like, oh, I really enjoyed playing Lego Star Wars, the prequel trilogy, I'm going to get that.
That was the same thing with like the Lego Star Wars and like stuff like that, where it's like, oh hey, this is a cool game.
We're going to be at a point in gaming where we're going to have fucking betas for like single player games, and it's going to be the most annoying thing possible.
Yeah, I really hope, because that would be dumb if we had like a beta for like, oh, let's have a beta for Ratchet. Let's have a beta for Ratchet and Clank.
A beta for The Last of Us Part 3 or some shit. Like,
hey guys, look at all these really cool graphics that we're not actually gonna do for the game because we just wanted to show them off in the beta that we can.
Oh, you mean like the Watch Dogs update, which actually had an update that dumbed down its graphics. But like going back to this subscription thing, this is the actual pricing. So, oh wow, it's in oh, there.
Yeah.
So
it's in all of them.
Yeah, it's in all of them. So for the essential one, this is the one that everyone buys, the standard box standard PS Plus, $60. That's not going to change. Thank God. PS Plus Extra, for the one extra tier that you're purchasing, it jumps up to $100 a month. For one tier. That isn't even that fucking good. It's one tier. A downloadable catalog of nearly
So the one thing that pisses me off is that it jumps to 100, but I get why, because it's like, oh yeah, we're giving you 400 games.
That is a $30 spike. But it's like you're looking at this and you're thinking to yourself, like, how many of these games can I actually play on my PS4?
Yeah.
Because they're saying
Death Stranding you can play, God of War you can't.
Half of these games
Marvel Spider-Man.
If
Mortal Kombat 11 a lot of people have. Returnal a lot of people have.
If someone
Spider-Man
is serious,
Miles Morales a lot of people have.
If someone is serious about playing games or enjoying new PlayStation exclusives, by the way, if someone wants to do that, 9 times out of 10 they have most of these games that are talked about. So the real question
Mortal Kombat 11, I know a lot of people have.
Fucking have it.
We have it at the college on a PS4 that isn't even ours.
Yeah, like everyone fucking has Mortal Kombat
because it came out for free.
Anyone who
4 months ago.
Anyone who has a PS4 and has a feigning interest in Marvel has Spider-Man. That's the point. They're
giving a lot of games that like, oh, if you didn't want to buy it, okay, now you can get it now. kind of thing.
Half these games you could probably get for like $3 or $4 or $5 on a big sale.
Mortal Kombat 11 games that like died after.
This is what kills me. It is a $30 increase. Yes, you have to pay $100 once every year, but still, even me paying $60 per year, I still dread the day I have to go pay it, because who the fuck wants to pay?
Yeah, I know. There's a difference between like me.
Like, I pay it because it's an obligation. Because if I don't pay it, I don't get to play online games.
Like, you get to play online games, but it's more like, oh hey, this is a like okay.
Like, free games can be online games.
Yeah, no, it's like this. If you don't pay it, cool. You get to play games that are like Apex, Fortnite, or games that were free on PlayStation Plus that you downloaded. Yeah. That's what you get to play. So, like, no GTA, which the GTA update started. Also, by the way, don't swap your GTA update because you will start from level 1. We figured that out the hard way. A buddy of ours figured out the hard way because he had a PS4 account and then tried to put it over to PS5.
What's wild,
extended and enhanced, and had his shit reset.
I don't know if I'm wrong or not when it comes to the main thing being $120, because look at this. It is a $30 increase for one fucking tier.
Yeah.
So $20 more for the other 3 tiers, which are apparently, in their opinion, better.
Reach 340.
Wait, it's said to reach 340. So that's for the PS2, PS1, and PS3.
Yeah. So
and PSP games.
Yeah, is included to reach 340, which is still less than PS4 and PS5.
It's not okay. There are one of 2 ways they can make this work, and there's the first way is going to be a lot harder for them. The second way
I can tell people right now that I will not spend $120
fuck this.
a year.
It's
not even that I don't want the idea, but if you
it's
guys
not worth it.
If you guys didn't notice, this is also I literally just paid $1,500 last May for a custom built computer that I could find an emulator of all these games if I wanted to.
Exactly. That's what you can fucking do. You could
go buy a PC.
Go buy a PC. Like, even just that you don't even need a $1,500 PC.
Like, we're not saying this to be like, oh yeah, fuck consoles, because PC is a console.
You don't even need to get like a $1,500 PC.
You could go buy a decent laptop. I don't want to get too deep. I don't want to get too deep into this. But when the stimulus check went out for people, we had a buddy where it was like, oh yeah, the $1,200 stimulus check. We had a friend that went out and bought a computer, bought a laptop from Walmart, and was able to run VR chat in an Oculus Rift off of it. And it was perfect 60 FPS to 120 FPS.
You don't need a monster PC setup.
If you want a monster PC, by all means. If you have a good paying job like I do, and you want to go buy a monster PC that costs you $3,000 for all the parts, and you want to custom build it, go right the fuck ahead, because you will be having
running 8K, 120 FPS.
You will be running 120.
Honey pop.
You will be running games. You will be running like gacha games at 120 FPS while someone on their phone running it at 30.
You can see anime titties jiggle at fucking 120 FPS.
You can have 4K anime titties. Just get a good enough monitor. I
Dude,
swear it will
4K,
happen. 8K Retina.
Oh my god.
Retina display.
But yeah, this whole thing, like, it's not just us that's styling on this. It's the majority of the PlayStation community.
Mind you, we have groups of, like... We have friends that have PS5s, and they even said they don't want to do this, because most of the PS5 games that they would offer are either games they've already pre-ordered or games they don't want to play.
Exactly.
We have friends that had PS5s that still play PS4 games with us, because either the game hasn't been updated
right now.
Either the game hasn't been updated for PS5, or like something that happened with Apex recently. They got the PS5 edition, but you still can't play at 120 FPS on the PS5 edition of Apex.
That's dumb.
Yeah, you can't play at 120 FPS. The graphics look amazing. But you want to know what I can also do? I can also go on my PC right now and play Apex at 120 FPS with those same graphics that PS5 players play.
Mind you, we'll get into these consoles, but mind you, these consoles, when they came out, they were able to rival
their basic PC.
Like, they were able to rival their gaming PC counterparts, because guess what? The 3090 that came out?
3070.
Oh, was it 3070? I thought it was the 3090. No, whatever. Anyway,
it was 3070 originally.
But you get the point. It's like, this shit was able to rival PCs of its time in release. I don't know if it still can. Probably not. But
it's debatable. It depends on your PC. So if you have a PC that has like a 1650 or a 1660, a PS5 can rival you no problem.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, these consoles are hitting so far above their weight. These are literally, like, these aren't just consoles. These are basically
mini computers
that you can stick a fucking controller in. That's essentially what these are. But the thing is, when they're tied to shit like this, it does not make me feel inclined to buy it. And here's what I'm thinking they're going to do. There are two options they have to make this work. One of them is going to take a lot of hard work, and the other one is going to cost them a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
The first one could do both, actually. Actually make it to where every single game that you have available for this is emulated. Have it all downloadable. If it is streamed, no one's going to buy it. Because that's the reason no one wanted PS Now.
Yeah.
Because it was
the only reason people
it's still dog shit.
The only reason people would buy PS Now is to genuinely, like, be able to have, like,
nostalgia
TV.
Trips.
No. Some people bought it for TV specifically.
Really?
Yeah. Some people genuinely bought it for, like, the TV shit that you can get. And, like, Amazon Prime Video that you can play on your PlayStation.
Oh my God.
I know some people that bought it for the specific reason of, like, oh, I have PS Now? Cool, I can watch the premiere of, like, this wrestling match or the premiere of, like, a football show.
Even though you can spend less the actual streaming services that provide that content.
Yep.
Instead of PS Now, which is just like, oh yeah, have fun spending an extra $50 bucks a month?
I get, like, okay, PS Now would be a good idea if, like, say we were living in the same house and, like, we both play on PC and PS4. We would end up getting, if, like, we got PS Now, it's just not like, oh, I'm using it and you're not. We're both using it. So I see that, so it's like we both put money into getting PS Now.
You want to know what defeats the whole concept of a PS Now? I'll tell you what defeats the whole concept
having a TV.
No, I'll tell you what defeats the whole concept of PS Now, and it costs $20. A fucking Roku.
Yeah, a Roku.
A Roku can do everything. I mean, almost everything that a PlayStation can do.
I have a Roku TV in my house.
When it comes to entertainment.
Yeah.
Except for playing video games. You can't play video games on a Roku. But you get my point.
You can play video games on a Roku. It's called, you just hook your console up to the TV that has Roku, and it's like, okay, we just swap.
Exactly.
You just swap to the HDMI.
Exactly. And guess what? You're still, after you spend that $20, you only spend that $20 once. Yeah, and you get to run the Roku. And then
you get to run the Roku, and then on top of that, it's like, oh, okay, I want to pay for Netflix. Okay, I wanted to have a YouTube account. Okay, I want to pay for Disney Plus.
Oh, you want to watch those WWE fucking, like, wrestling pay-per-views? Go to Peacock and fucking, because it's on Peacock. They took out the WWE Network. It's on Peacock now. Go there, pay their premium, and boom, you're done. And guess what? All this shit combined would still cost less than 1 year of PS Now.
Mm-hmm. Because isn't PS Now monthly?
Yeah, because you can buy a whole year's worth of PS Now, like when I'm doing a PS Plus. I do not put my card into my console. I refuse to.
I put my card into my console when I'm
ever since their fuck up.
Big
fuck up with the getting hacked.
Yeah, I took my card off. I like instantly did that, and that's something my brother doesn't understand. Having a PS4.
This is fucking wild to me that, like,
that it costs
120. That, again, for perspective, that is,
like, if it went from 60 to 120 and it offered all this stuff, okay.
Here's the thing, That price is 2 brand new AAA games a year. So if you only had enough money for 2 AAA games a year, and you wanted 2 AAA games that were coming out, but you also wanted to do this, you'd be shit out of luck.
Yeah, so like someone in your case where it's like, oh, you wanted to buy Marvel Avengers and you wanted to buy like The Last of Us, but it was a decision between this and those 2 games, you'd probably pick those 2 games.
That is 1/6 of like when it comes to our living, when it comes to like living in our town, that is 1/6 of most people's rent. That is 1/7 of most people's rent.
I know like $120. $120 I could spend right now on Apex, and it get me more than probably that could. Like it would get me more satisfaction to spend $140 on Apex and get a cool little aesthetic thing than wanting to get that, because I know how shitty it's going to be. And plus, I didn't play a lot of PS2 or PS3. And the only PSP game that I could even think of right now is like an old Avatar game that I played on my PSP.
There is one other thing they can do. If they can't emulate any of these, like the ones that need to be emulated, if they can't do that, the second thing they have to do, which is what they're probably going to end up doing, because no one's going to fucking buy this, they're going to dumb the price down to, I'm going to guess, $80 a year.
Not even $80 a year. I feel like it would still be like 90 to 100. I don't think they would dumb it down.
I think they would dumb it down.
I feel like
no one's gonna buy this.
No, I feel like this would go down to like 80. Like this, like the extra would go down to 80. But this, I feel like it'd still stay either 100 or above.
I think because again, look at Game Pass. It's $80. Like Xbox Gold, which has both Xbox Live and Game Pass, is like what, $80 a month? Roughly?
Less. They went back down to.
They went back down.
I think they went back down to 60.
Yeah, but even then, still, like, you have the ability to play online with your friends. You have
Granted, one of the new Left 4 Dead games, Back 4 Blood was free on Xbox Game Pass.
No, but here's the thing. I know what's on Xbox Game Pass because I went over to Mike's.
Yeah, and he has
Game Pass. The thing is, like, on top of everything you get with Live, the entire catalog of like Game Pass, I have looked at it. It is made of 90% bangers. Like, you have the entire, like, old and new. You have the entire Dead Space trilogy. You have the entirety of like basically every Halo game made on there.
And why we still want this console over the fridge is beyond me.
If it was literally the only reason I'm still on PlayStation
is because friends.
Is because of the friends. Is because of my friends. Otherwise, I really hate to say it.
I can say this right now. I can say this right now with a lot of like force behind it. I went from PSP to Xbox to PS2 to like I went from PSP, PS1, Xbox 360. I went from PS2 to Xbox 360 to PS4, and I now have a PS4. I now have a PS4, a Switch, and a PC. So I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter what I play on at this point because I'm going to have friends. I'm going to end up making friends on whatever console I have. But it's where are my friends the most on? That's really what drives consoles at this point.
And that's the thing with me. It's like all the friends that I play with, they're just all on PlayStation.
Either PS4 or PS5.
Yeah. So it hurts saying this, but
it
it's
hurts
like
to want to go to Xbox when it's like I'm just going to ship myself over.
Yeah, those friends are the only people that are keeping me on this they're not physically keeping me on this console or telling me to. They're like them being my friends and them being there are the only reason I'm still on PlayStation. Because
granted, not a lot of the time do we talk to those friends, but it's still like, hey, if we needed someone to chat to or we're just bored out of our mind.
Games with, like,
yeah.
Still, anyway, this is basically
this is where it's at, and this is our feeling about it, and I don't think our feeling is going to change unless they show us that we need to change our feeling.
Unless they make a significant change to this, where it is either worth $120 a month, which I think is fucking Like you,
if it's worth $120 a month and it has any imperfections, people will cancel it immediately.
Yes, because again, you're spending 2 AAA games
which
worth of
means,
money.
So, which on top of that, if people canceled it immediately after buying it, you'd have to give them their money back because it's within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So PlayStation would now be at a loss because they have to give everybody their money back.
It's just it's fucked. It's really really fucked. There's no good way to look at this.
There's no good way to look at it right now because of what they're promising.
They're trying to shoot for the
being
same thing.
that. Okay, so a lot of us now, and I say a lot of us because if you're anywhere from like age 40 to our age, you know how good things can be. We've had problem with share play on a PS4 that it was made for, where we have problems with share play now not being able to stream it because internet is bad.
Yep.
We have problems now with it. Out of our entire friend group, so like me, you, Quinn.
Me and Quinn use share play the most.
Me, you, Quinn, Bree, Jess, and like
We're just naming names.
The genuine name of like people that we know use SharePlay, who 100% of the time can use SharePlay, who 100% of the time could like be able to SharePlay what they're doing. Most
of the time it's Quinn, but that's only because I mainly SharePlay with Quinn.
No, that's what I mean. Who out of like our entire friend group would have like a stable internet? Me,
you,
because I run off of Ethernet.
You, because you run off of Ethernet.
Possibly like me and Quinn are the main two,
and that's because Quinn doesn't live too far away.
You if you wanted to, but I don't see like, oh yeah, I occasionally see like some of our friends on PlayStation doing it, but the majority of people that really do it are like people with high strung internet. Like my girlfriend won't do it, our other friends won't do it. We would rather stream our screen on PlayStation, not on PlayStation. Me having a computer, I'd rather Elgato my PS4 onto my PC and then stream it through my PC on an Ethernet cable than stream it through the PS4 itself.
You would rather jump hoops in like a multi-step
process. No, I'd rather jump hoops.
Something that was literally designed for this console.
Because streaming through like Discord or streaming on YouTube, I feel is easier because of how powerful my PC is. And I'm not saying that, oh yeah, the PS4 just isn't good now. No, it's literally because it tells me multiple times a day trying to stream that it's not a good enough connection to do SharePlay. And I'm fucking Ethernet cable connected to a gaming router with gaming internet.
Yeah. So
why go through the hassle of doing it?
So getting off of this, I think we've shared our very strong feelings about this subscription.
Dungeons and Dragons.
No. No, we still have a whole thing.
Smack you with this book. I'll make you believe.
Anyway, with what you've seen for the PS5 and the Xbox One or Xbox Series X, right?
Yeah.
Those aren't bongos. Put them down. Put the fucking book down. Anyway, out of what you've seen, which console would you think you'd want? If by God someone came to you and said, "I'm selling you one of these two for like retail."
I am a genie. You can pick one of the two. You can pick one of the two and only pick one of the two.
Yeah, no, it's like I am selling you one out of these two, and they're both $500. Like, which one would you get?
We said like
because we just finished our conversation talking about how shitty this new thing
is. Being that there's like, oh yeah, we have friends that are like on a certain console, I'd rather go for Xbox because I can cross-play with more people. It's solely coming down to who I can cross-play with. At the end of the day, it's coming down with what I can and who I can cross-play with. Because from Xbox, being someone that was on Xbox 360, I spent tens of thousands of hours on like a game like Borderlands 2, And I got onto PS4 and I had to start all over.
Ah.
I had to start all over badass rank. I had to start all over building my characters, getting my guns.
Did I ever tell you what happened to my friend Jason?
I had like full, like bada boom rocket jumping Salvador, perfect Sandhawk builds for Maya and Zero. I had Axton builds that actually made him playable.
You know what? You know what happened to my friend Jason?
Hmm.
So he's the same as you. He's been playing Borderlands like on the same save since the game came out.
Yeah.
He put it on Xbox One. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so he has been playing for years.
I've been playing the day the game came out. I think I got it that Christmas.
You
so
know,
the game came out in October, and I got it that Christmas.
And I don't just mean like off and on. Like he has been playing. Like that's like one of the few games he will never get tired of.
Like this is a game where I could create a character right now. I know what I'm looking for. I know what parts I'm looking for. I know the build I'm going to use.
Yeah.
I could start an Anarchy Gauge right now and beat the game within a day.
That's what I'm about to tell you. So what happened to him, and this is going to be the most soul-crushing thing you'll ever hear. He's been playing the game since the game came out. That's one of the few games he'll never get tired of. He was running Anarchy build with Gage, and someone reported because he was at a point where literally he was icing bosses in like seconds.
Because if your badass rank is high enough, you will get to a point where it doesn't matter what character you're playing, you will just murder that character.
And someone, because I guess he was in multiplayer, just randoms, I guess.
Yeah, random people that would join via the public.
And someone reported him because they literally just saw him completely destroy a boss in less than 20 seconds. They're like, oh, he's obviously fucking hacking. So they reported him for hacking, even though he was not hacking. He was just running Gage Anarchy. And
Gage Anarchy build with a good shotgun will fuck up any boss.
And guess what happened? He got banned, and everything he had, we're talking like years worth of work.
We're talking like 10 plus
years worth of work.
Gone.
Down the digital drain. Gone. And you know what? He still plays the fucking game.
Yeah.
That is a testament to how much fun that game is for him. But still, like, every time I hear that story, every time I say that story, I just feel a little twinge in my heart. Just like, oh!
That would be like...
That's like the equivalent of you playing Apex for 20 years, and like...
That's the equivalent of me playing Apex now, and I'm a top, like, 6% player on that game. I'm like Diamond Masters. I have a majority of the heirlooms.
Yeah.
I've spent money on the game.
But it's like
and that's like me going in and getting banned because I shat on a team and they didn't like that and I got banned and my account got like...
Your account got wiped. So literally all your like your heirlooms, your skins, all your badges.
I would probably still play the game, but goddamn, I would be just... I would genuinely probably be a mess.
How much money have you sunk into that game? Let's say they did it now. How much money would you have lost?
Not too much to where like, oh yeah, I could
easily 500.
Easily over 500. There's been I can tell you right now, it's been $1,000. It's been close to that. I have, granted, I didn't buy every heirloom, but all the heirlooms in a compass that I have bought has costed me 500. Just like the events that gave me heirlooms is 500.
I can't.
And then on top of that, that's like an extra 500 of like battle pass, early game exclusives that like were season 1 and 2 that you can't even get anymore. Like shit like that.
If we're gonna touch on Apex a little bit, I played the shit out of it with you. I used to really enjoy Apex. I used to. The thing is, there are 2 reasons why I don't play Apex anymore, and there's one big reason why I fucking hate it.
The cash grab.
Not because, that's not why I hate it. One of the reasons I don't play Apex anymore is because of just how
competitive it got.
You're
not a competitive person.
The moment they added competitive was the moment they killed the community. In my opinion, the community just
I mean,
shit the
the
bed.
the adding competitive made people come in from different consoles and different games that took the community sour really quick because the community was really good season 1 and 2 and then they brought the ranked season. Everyone started getting good at it, and now everybody's an
the
ass.
moment you add it doesn't matter what multiplayer game it is, the moment you add comp, you are going to flush any semblance of a good community that you had down the drain. It's only going to be toxic. It's only going to be I'm better than you.
I'm going to say this with a whole heart. Apex being as toxic as it can be is still not within the top 10 games of how toxic their community is.
Oh no, that's League.
League is the number one.
League is the number one. Like we say shit about Apex, but League is the number one for toxicity. But here's the thing about Apex: we were there since day one. I was there before season 1. I was there when you could put a fucking HCOG on an SMG, and an HCOG is basically just an ACOG scope, which you can't put on anymore.
You could put a 3 or a 4 or a 2 to 4 times sight on an SMG because it had Titanfall mechanics.
Yeah, and the thing is, I was there literally when the game came out.
We were there when the OG squad was Lifeline Wraith Pathfinder.
Oh my god.
When the OG squad was never a Gibby.
It was Lifeline Wraith Bangalore.
It was Lifeline Wraith Bangalore or Lifeline Wraith Pathfinder.
Yeah,
Those were the two things because everybody hated Gibby. Everybody hated Gibby.
Everyone hated
Bloodhound
Caustic.
Caustic wasn't in.
Yeah,
Caustic wasn't there until season 1 hit.
No, he wasn't there. No, he was always there. Caustic and Mirage were the ones you had to unlock.
I'm saying like the
DLC
original
character.
6.
Oh, the original 6 at launch.
Everybody hated Bloodhound because of how he worked and how underplayed he was. And Gibby didn't start getting a good feeling until the first ALGS, until the first tournament of that game. Gibby was underused. There was people like Dizzy, Asu, and all these like guys like Shroud that would come in and play Pathfinder, Wraith, Lifeline, people of that
exactly what
people of that nature. And you can go back to like some of the first tournaments. Like I don't care for Ninja. I've never Ninja's great. He's a good battle royale person. He came onto that game, got carried by Dizzy, which was a brand new competitive player. He was 18 and he got told by his family, you either make this work or we're kicking you out. You either make this make this competitive shit work or we're kicking you out. Because he spent all of his money from work on getting a new PC to play this game. Ninja and King Richard come into Apex, Ninja playing Lifeline and King Richard playing Pathfinder, and Dizzy won the tournament for these guys. If they didn't have Dizzy, Ninja wouldn't have won that first ever invitational tournament.
But yeah, the thing is, competitive killed my interest. The price, all the whole thing of just the heirlooms, the concept of just all these collections and stuff I get it. It's a free-to-play game.
It's funny because heirlooms are pay to lose because it actually lowers your velocity in most things, but it's aesthetically pleasing, so nobody gives a fuck.
That killed my interest as well. But the thing is, what made me fucking hate the game now is because the reason I got the game in the first place, the reason I was excited to play it, the reason I played it,
is Titanfall 2.
Was because of Titanfall 2.
It was a battle royale of Titanfall 2.
It was a battle royale of Titanfall 2 that shared the slide mechanics, a few of the guns, and that was it. But I was just like, I don't fucking care.
It didn't have wall running, but it had the basis of a good game.
But yeah, I was just like, fuck it. It's Titanfall universe. I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of it. I mainly played Path because Grapple
was overpowered as shit the first 2 seasons of the game.
And then they fucking kneecapped it.
They kneecapped it and then they tried to fix it, and it's okay, but you need to be like a Pathfinder main.
Yeah.
That's the end of that. So but we might segue here and
Anyway, so
segue off this for a little bit,
God damn.
and then no, I'll just you figure out. So we're gonna segue off this for a little bit, and then we'll come back to this if we feel like we need to.
I feel like what's all need to be said has been said. The reason I don't like Titanfall, the reason I don't like Apex is because Titanfall 2, their servers got fucking DDoSed, and they've been DDoSed for months, like basically over half a year, and it's like you'd expect Respawn to do something about it. Yes, granted they have now, but the servers are still like incredibly fucked, and there's like just it's not even close to being like feasible to play a game of Titanfall 2 on console anymore. Like the only way you can play Titanfall 2 now is just go to PC and go onto like the North Star server. But yeah, they had the power, they had the fucking funds to actually like stomp this shit out before it got really out of hand, and they just didn't. Despite saying like, oh yeah, Titanfall 2, like we'll never forget where we started off and shit like that. Like Titanfall 2 is the core part of our DNA. Yet they do absolutely fuck all, and they just leave a skeleton crew of like 2 people to try and fix this fucking mess. But you know, hey man, they added the car to Apex. They added Ash from Titanfall 2 to Apex. Like both the car and Ash were from from Titanfall 2. It's like, oh yeah, we know about the problem, but we can't really profit off of fixing the problem. So let's take some more Titanfall 2 content from, you know, our fucking records and just give it to Apex so we can make more money, because they're going to get desperate enough to where they have to come here for any scratch of that Titanfall 2 itch that they've been getting, because they've just not been able to play the game. This, again, the main reason I dislike Apex and the main reason I dislike Respawn now is because Titanfall 2 is the game that put both Apex and Respawn on the fucking map. For as shittily as it did in launch. And that was because it was sandwiched between 2 AAA games, one being from its own fucking publisher. Like, that, if it actually had its own launch, it wasn't launched between 2 giant games, it would have done great. It has been, by like the community, it has been not just the Titanfall community but gaming in general, it is one of the most amazing fucking first person shooters of its time. And to just see it like basically get shoved into a corner to just let it die, while Apex is just like fucking like, this is what's making us money.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck Titanfall, fuck our roots. Even though they're saying like Titanfall 2 is a core part of our DNA, fix the fucking game.
Yeah.
That's what gets me angry, and I know exactly why. It's because of Apex.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, talking about games that we play and stuff like that. What new releases do you think that are coming to, or that have already came to the PS4? To the PS5 and the Xbox. I've been hearing a lot about Elden Ring. You know, the loathsome dung eater, and shit like that. No maidens.
No, literally
maidenless.
Literally an NPC in Elden Ring just asked, maidenless?
No bitches. But it's just another Dark Souls game. It looks great, like most Dark Souls games. It's piss difficult, like most Dark Souls games. And it'll probably make you want to jam your controller into your trachea, like most Dark Souls games. It's From Software. The fuck do you expect? Anyway. But I know there's another Star Wars. There's another game that's coming out.
There's another Star Wars? Huh?
Shut the fuck up. There's another game that's coming out for next gen, but it's also coming to last gen. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally all 9 movies in one game. Like is they are publicizing it as the be all end all Lego Star Wars game, which I think isn't true because it's gonna have DLC of like the Mandalorian.
Oh, Boba
Fett. If it didn't,
Boba Fett only has 2 voice lines.
Oh my god, he actually speaks more in the show.
Yes, he does.
I mean, it's kind of to his detriment, but still, yippee.
Yippee! He's not silent anymore, and he doesn't just casually have a Wilhelm scream when he dies.
With 5 lines in the trilogy, and one of them was "Ah!"
That wasn't even him screaming either. It was a
What
sound effect.
Oh!
Oh yeah, that was, and then like the Wilhelm scream afterwards.
He's no good to me, dead. All right, but what else is coming out for? Because we know Gran Turismo came out for PS5 and PS4. Quinn just cannot get enough of that fucking game.
That he queened
Every
over.
every time I am in the party, or every time I check my Discord, because I have it connected to my console now, every time I like go there, I see Quinn's thing. Whenever he's not at work and he's at home, 9 times out of 10, I see him on Gran Turismo.
It's either Gran Turismo, Destiny. It's either Destiny 2, Gran Turismo, car simulator, or occasionally he'll get on Apex.
Car mechanic simulator, or every blue moon.
Every blue moon when a new event comes out and he wants to get free Apex packs, he jumps on Apex.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen Gran Turismo. It could be difficult. He likes it because it's basically just a racing sim. Like, it's the closest you're gonna get to a racing sim.
It's the closest you're gonna get to a racing sim without doing races in GTA 5.
Oh my god, races in GTA.
I know.
Okay, their physics are good.
Physics
but,
are
like,
garbage. What do you mean?
Their physics are good and garbage, and that's why they're good.
That's why they're good. It's because it makes no sense.
Because it makes no fucking sense.
It makes no sense why you can wall ride on the inside of a wall.
Oh my god. Who cares? It's a video game.
Gravity does not exist in GTA. That's why Carmageddon exists.
If you're going fast enough, anything's possible.
Okay, Doctor Who. We go fast enough in reverse, we'll go to the future.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know, that's why.
But, fucking, god damn it.
I've broken the Gorg.
What else is coming out? There's new Star Wars.
SpongeBob, we hydrated.
There's actually a couple Star Wars games that have been announced.
SpongeBob, we hydrated.
Oh my god, shut up. Keep fucking talking. I get it, okay? It's probably gonna end up being one of the most...
It's a glitched SpongeBob game. It's funny.
It's great.
Or you get to fight the Jellyfish King.
Jesus Christ. But there's been some Star Wars games that got announced. One of them being God, I forgot the fucking name of it. But apparently it takes place...
The Force Awakens?
No, apparently it takes place in the Old Republic, or in like the between period of like Episode 1 and the Old Republic. So sometime between that time frame.
Sometime before Han Solo dies.
Shut the fuck up. Like, actually, it doesn't even make sense anymore.
I know it doesn't.
Anyway,
that's the point.
There was another game that's actually, I think it's being made by Respawn.
Yes.
And guess what? It's not Jedi Fallen Order.
Yes.
They announced Jedi Fallen Order 2. But they're also coming out with a game. I don't know if it's made by Respawn, actually. But it's a first-person shooter Star Wars game that isn't Battlefront. So, that's going to be neat. Let's hope they not fuck it up. Because right now, Star Wars games cannot afford to have a shitty launch after, like... Battlefront 2, Battlefront 1. Oh man,
Fallen Order really like kicked
Fallen Order was good. It was just if Fallen Order was a breath of fresh air, you know.
So do you want to talk about games like that we've played, or do you want to talk about like new games that are coming out?
Well, we already touched on new games that are coming out. Let's talk about new games that we've played.
I
mean, we already talked about Marvel's Avengers.
Elden Ring.
We've already talked about Marvel's Avengers and my stance on that, because I still fucking
Elden
play
Ring.
it. Oh, Elden Ring rubs nipples.
So, are we just gonna stick to PS4 and Xbox games, or do we want to?
If it's games that we've played, we kind of have to.
No, I'm saying like because there's other games that I
got
played
to play-
because I have other consoles.
I got to play Infinite.
Ooh.
Infinite's fun. It's interesting. I haven't played the campaign yet, but from the multiplayer, it's just it's fucking Halo. Like
I fell in love with Remnant from the Ashes again just because it's funny. It's a fun game to play.
Covenant weapons are, like the main best weapons you can mess with is like the UNSC weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's just box standard. Like those are 9 times out of 10 the best weapons. There's that one revolver. Remember BXR? And yes. BXR. Well, we have a new version of that. There's basically this giant comically large revolver, and if you shoot someone once,
literally
and then
the only
punch
thing,
them, they're dead.
Yeah, the only things that have been on my mind for like video games wise is I got the new I got Pokemon.
Oh.
I got the Yes, I'm a Pokemon nerd.
Oh yeah.
You already know.
I couldn't tell from the fucking
Shut up. There's something behind
Charmander,
you.
Bulbasaur, and fucking Squirtle. That's
Shut
in front of
up.
us.
That's when I started. I started in the olden days.
Mom.
I started in the olden days of where I have a leaf green fire red game book that says
It's
it takes
not
Mewtwo to tango.
It
does!
It's not a phase, Mom, I swear.
It's not a phase as I buy a Bulbasaur hat in front of my 40-year-old mother.
If you want to talk about the new Pokemon shit, then
I mean the new Pokemon game Legends of Arceus, whatever the fuck you want to say. It's Arceus.
You've already fucking lost me.
It's Arceus, and if you say it wrong, go look at the Japanese pronunciation because Japanese pronunciation also says Arceus instead of Arceus because it has the name Arce. That's why they say Arceus. That's why they don't say Arceus, why they say Arceus. But whatever, it doesn't matter. It's an open world. It's Pokemon Go and it's Pokemon Go and Pokemon and a normal Pokemon game put together.
No. My stomach just fucking rumbled.
It's an open world Pokemon game. What the like? Are you hungry now?
Sorry, shit. I literally woke up like, ooh, podcast. I'm gonna have fun talking with my friend. I didn't think about like, wait a minute.
Your bowely functions. Do you need food?
Not currently, no.
Not currently. So
I just that's my first alarm of my body telling me like, hey, dumbass.
Hey, dumbass, eat some food.
Fucking moron.
So,
but just let this be known, if you're gonna keep talking about Pokemon, I have no problem with that. Just understand that my knowledge of the Pokemons is very entry level.
I have played...
some of the cards.
Okay. So
I have one of the 24 movies that are out. Sorry.
Which one?
Okay, I have 2 of the 24 movies.
But
that
which
are out.
ones? That's what I'm asking.
I think I have one that's like.
Do you have Pokemon Forever?
I don't know. All I know is that one of them's animated and the other one's Detective Pikachu.
Oh, yeah, Detective Pikachu is Detective Pikachu.
I fucking love that movie.
Wait, what's the one that's like? How old is it?
Easily mid 2000s.
Is it Pokemon movie 2000?
I don't fucking know.
Well, what was in it?
Ash Ketchum.
What Pokemon was in it?
Pikachu.
Jesus Christ. So it's not like Sinnoh or higher. It's not like Chimchar and... So it's still like Charmander, Bulbasaur.
I don't fucking know, dude.
So what I'm thinking is that it's... So what I'm thinking is that it's Pokemon Movie 2000 where fucking Lugia, Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno all fight over supremacy. That's what I'm thinking.
I guess. I don't fucking know.
This man is not anime related
Pokemon
either.
for you is Star Wars for me, okay?
Yeah, that really is. Because I could sit here and rattle off 270 Pokemon.
Okay, please don't.
I'm not going to.
I have an encyclopedia. That's all I need. It's fine.
Pokemon that starts with A, Abwa. Pokemon that starts with K, Kadabwa. And Pokemon that also starts with A is
Avada Kedavra.
No, let it be known that despite my stature and mentality, I do actually read, and I have a decent amount of like books.
Pokemon knowledge.
I also have a lot of art books because I enjoy it.
Hey guys, a Gengar is just a dead Clefairy.
Anyway,
Cubone's skull on his head is just his mother's skull.
on with the game. Talk about the fucking game.
Okay,
All right.
so Legends of Arceus, whether you're a Pokemon fanatic or not, you've probably heard about it or seen like your favorite streamer or YouTuber play it.
Still waiting for Pokemon Cock and Balls.
Oh,
because we have Diamond and Pearl, X and Y, Sword and Shield,
Cock and Ball.
Cock and Balls.
So, Pokemon Arceus is, it is a open world Pokemon game where you can either battle or catch your Pokemon. There's a lot of different varieties about it. Pokemon Arceus is the only Pokemon game that you will see a flying Gyarados.
Is there another version of Arceus that is literally just like, oh, we've included 3 to 4 more Pokemon in this game? Let's sell it to you for another $60.
So what they did do is Pokemon Arceus, which is in the Hisui region, there are Hisuian variants of Pokemon that are, since this is like, oh yeah, this is before Arceus made like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum kind of thing. This is before that, but they said that, oh yeah, they had to like be rid of their Hisuian evolutions because of whatever reason. Because now Typhlosion looks different, Decidueye looks different, Samurott looks different. They all have Hisuian variations. Ursaring has a Hisuian variation. You see flying Gyarados. There's alpha Pokemon. There's a bunch of shit where I can go in depth to this, but I will fucking put my boy asleep, so I'm not going to. Jesus fucking Christ. This man will just go to sleep and I'll just talk about shit at this point because I can talk to myself. He cannot.
I'm sorry. It's like fucking like
Hentai.
like you could talk about Pokemon until the fucking heat death of the universe, like
Hentai.
Okay, I heard that. Okay.
He didn't hear it the first time, so just please leave it alone.
But goddamn. So for what I'm
all right,
hearing
co-op
is...
games that we're gonna play together that are gonna be new.
Fuck.
The new game that we talked about last podcast.
Wait, what?
That new game that we talked about.
Which one?
Fucking the Suicide Squad game.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, that game. That co-op game that we're going to end up playing, and hopefully we'll bring that to you guys. That was a segue at the end of the thing. But my brain is not on new games that I play because I solely just play Remnant. I played with my girlfriend.
Solely just play Remnant.
I didn't say that. It's solely solely games that I play.
Oh, Dark Soul, like solely. Just say Souls-like.
Yeah, soul-like game. Like, not solely that I only play this game, but like...
That's why you say fucking Souls-like!
Yeah, soul-like games that I play are like Remnant. I play with my girlfriend and her friend. I play Dead by Daylight. I play Destiny because of Witch Queen coming out, which everybody was like, cock tease about Witch Queen. Because why the fuck not? Because Witch Queen was apparently supposed to get Destiny 2 out of the rut that it was in.
Jerking off hand motion. Oh, yes, Witch Queen.
Oh, yes. Elden Ring. Oh.
God.
But other games that I play is obviously Apex.
Still in our college. You would have had such a fun
I
time.
really would. Something else that has come to our attention, because this is something that we have been doing for 4 years now. Oh no. Dungeons and Dragons, because we're all fucking nerds.
Fuck.
That is something that we do, and that has like been... I am a DM, and he is a co-DM, so that is...
a player and an NPC.
That is something that has been on our minds recently, because we do it on a weekly to bi-weekly pace.
For me, it's weekly.
Yes, for you it's weekly. For me, it's bi-weekly, because work, and we're all old as shit.
We're not that
I'm older
How old
than
are
the
you?
rest of you.
How old are you?
I am going to be 24
Hey,
compared.
Tom Holland's still old as Tom
Yeah,
Holland's
Tom-
still older than you, yet he still looks like he came out of the fucking
Tom
womb.
Holland is not older than
He
me.
is older than you.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like 25.
No, he's not. He's the
25.
same age.
No, he's 25.
He is the same age
Look
as
it
me.
up.
I
He's
swear to
25.
Christ, he was the same age as
He
me.
is 25. Look it up. He is 25, and he still looks like he's barely gotten out of middle school.
Yeah. I almost said Tom Brady.
Ah, see, bitch, 25.
I swear when like oh no, because they were talking about when he was talking about going into Spider-Man. What do you mean?
He was in
Oh
Onward,
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah,
moron.
yeah. Okay, never mind. I looked
Dude,
at it for
yeah, Onward, the Disney
Disney-
animated movie where Spider-Man
The
Spider-Man
Disney
and Peter
D&D.
Quill get to go on a D&D adventure.
Oh yeah, because Spider-Man and Peter Quill totally didn't have also multiple adventures in Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah, now we get to have a D&D adventure.
Oh yeah, do you want yeah, so we don't play a lot of new games. We're literally waiting for some of the new games to play out. The newest game that we've probably played that's came out is I've played Witch Queen, which is a new expansion, and you played Avengers.
I think I played something newer than just Avengers.
Did you?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is fucking awesome.
The newest game that I got into was an indie game called Binding of Isaac, which if you
mean-
don't know what Binding of Isaac is, just look it up. It's
I
a
mean,
really old fucking indie
if
game
you
made
wanna-
by Ed, and he does okay
if you
with it.
Talk about new games that I've played that have like just come out. Star Wars Republic Commando.
Okay.
I mean, granted, it was a game that was released. In,
I
like,
did play God of War.
Granted, Republic Commando was a game that was released in mid 2000s, and why I'm saying it was a new release was because they added it to PS4.
So I did play Elden Ring for a little bit. I did go over to Kyle's, and Kyle has Elden Ring, so I did play it for a
Of course he would.
He does, because he plays it with VR, and it's funny to see this man panic because he can't spin around fast enough.
Oh fuck! He's pulling his cock out.
That is not. Do I need to take you through the car wash, boy? All right, now we're getting off topic, and now it just came really sexual for no reason, even though that wasn't sexual oriented at all. But it's fine. So yes, new games. Yes, we don't play a lot of new games. We're pretty much like
It's just
we
that
do.
I'm broke and you're bored.
Yeah, I just play like a couple games that I'm really like above
That's the
average
thing.
at, and
That's
you're
that's
broke.
the problem with us playing new video games. It's just that I'm broke and he's bored. He's just like,
have gotten a new job recently where I do vinyl graphics for a giant like 500,000 employee company, and I'm the sole vinyl graphics person. So yeah, me working 50 hours a week, I don't have a lot. Yeah, shut the fuck up. You know what? I make money.
I wasn't talking. What
You
do
know what?
mean?
No, stop your shit, because I make money, and
I
it's the
just
sole
shoot
reason
him.
it is the sole reason you can come here. If I didn't make money and had money for gas, you would not be here right now.
I know, and I am thankful.
You are
every
thankful
day.
for like me having a job and
Yeah.
being able to bring you here to be able to do this, because this has been like a
I
year.
shot them with my Nerf gun.
This has been a year in the making that we've tried to plan this podcast,
Oh,
but it
yeah.
has just never happened.
I
So
shot,
now we're bringing this to you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy.
I shot me mom and me sister with the Nerf gun you gave me, the Nerf Ultra.
Oh yeah.
Because I wanted to get work done and I needed the kitchen because you've seen my room. I don't have room for a fucking table.
Your table is your lap.
No!
Yes.
I'm thick, but I'm not that thick.
You know what? They don't know that you're thick. Now you just ruined it for all of them. They could have thought we were two skinny boys sitting in a room. Because you already said I was skinny as shit. You already said I looked like Flat Stanley.
Listen here, man. You're a commando droid. I'm a super battle droid. All right.
Yeah.
I'm fat as shit, but I am just a walking wall.
All I can imagine when you like start talking about Star Wars, since we talked about Tom Holland like a smidge, is all I can remember is, hey guys, you remember that old Star Wars movie where you wrap around their legs and they fall over? That's literally
that really old movie, Empire Strikes Back. Jesus, Tony, how old is this kid?
I don't know. I didn't carbon date him.
He's on the young side.
That's like one of the only things that like piques my mind when it happens. So it's like really funny to me.
But no, it's just fucking. So here's the thing. Every time when I come home, I will almost guarantee myself seeing my mom, at one side of the table on her computer, my little sister on one side of the table with her computer, and a bunch of like literally pails of fidget toys. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, I'm gonna give you guys until 7 to clear. Like, I'm saying this at 5. I'm gonna give you guys until 7 o'clock to clear the fuck out of this table because I have work that I would like to get done. And they're like, okay. I'm like, okay, cool.
7 o'clock
7
rolls
o'clock
around,
rolls around.
pulls out the Glock.
Yeah, no, 7 o'clock rolls around. I'm like, hey, guys,
Can I have
can
the
I
table?
have the table? And it's like, yeah, don't worry, we're finishing something up here. I'm like, okay, all right, cool, all right. And I'm like, one last. It's 8:30 now. I didn't get to finish my work
Until 3 a.m.
until 3, and I started it at 10.
Yeah.
So, and that was because, and the reason I started at 10 was because I basically was just like, all right, cool. I opened the bolt. I put the mag in. I closed the bolt. One for you. One for you.
Get out of the room.
Get out of the room. Just thank you, by the way.
Yeah. See, I gave him a way of getting his schoolwork done that he should get done, because if I have no doubt in my mind that he won't pass this semester. It's just, God fucking damn it. Why did it take you this long?
Why it took me this long is because I decided to go on academic break because
Online.
yeah, all of it was online, and if I thought like it was hard, it was damn near impossible, and that was with classes that I thought would be feasible to do online.
Yeah, but college really shouldn't be online unless you are a really like dedicated person. Like
I'm not dedicated.
like that's me. Like I dedicate like, so we
wanna know
record
something funny?
this for like 2.5, 3 hours, and I dedicate like maybe 2 hours afterwards
You want to know something hilarious?
to editing and cutting this. Like last
Adrian?
like last episode that I left your little
You wanna-
shit in at the end.
You want to know something hilarious?
Hmm.
Is that apparently last semester, which was the semester I came back to the college for, I apparently did so well, I made the fucking dean's list.
Oh Jesus Christ.
I made the fucking dean's list last semester. I'm just like, I'm just trying to fucking survive, man. I didn't know shit.
Everybody else was just super shitty.
I swear, dude. Okay, I think I understand why, though.
Why?
In Rattlelands, because it was,
I love how the topic we're on now, but you know what? Fuck it. We already talked about what we wanted to
well,
talk
this
about
also
this
has to do.
podcast.
This also has to do with movies. I did movie studies. It was like a fucking thing about like history of movies.
That, and
history
we've kind of already talked
Yeah.
about like what we wanted to talk about
But it was-
console wise.
It was history of cinema, and it was the most piss easy class because he told us like all of your assignments are scheduled. Like all of your assignments are literally just discussions, and the paper, midterm paper, and the final paper. That's all we had to do. Everything else was just like, if you want to jot down notes, you can.
Yeah.
But mainly, it was just watching movies.
Yeah. So
So I got 100 on that,
so
and I also got 100. But on top of that,
Mhm.
so I got 100 on that class. On top of that, I also took weight training because I needed a PE
you getting
credit.
buff? You
Shut
getting
up.
Built?
Shut up. All right. Well, anyway, and again, it was super easy. Go in, do my 40 to 45 minute workout, leave. And I needed to do that for X amount of workouts, and I did them all already. And that was it. There was
weight training is really easy.
There was no written assignments. There was no essay. So it was literally just go in, document what you've done,
document that you're progressing
Like,
in your weight training.
sign
and then
in, sign out, easy, done. I got 100 on that. So I already had. So I have 2 classes I did 100 on, and the other 2 classes in
Marcuccio's?
it wasn't Marcuccio. Swain. I had a business class with Swain, business 141, and I think it was 141. I think I got an 80.
Business class with English teacher
I got
that
an
comes
80.
from London.
I got an 80 to an 85 on that class, and I don't know what the fuck I got in coding, but I got something. I was like, you know what? I don't care. I don't want to watch. I don't want to look at this anymore. I just want to survive all my classes, and fucking.
Weight training was definitely something for me where I can just fucking flex because I'm an asshole and I'm also very athletic and I can lift like a multitude of shit with my legs.
You know what really makes me both love and hate how much of a nerd I am?
What?
Was that during weight training, you listen to music to pump yourself up, right?
Were you listening to von Stroheim?
I wasn't. Okay, yes and no. I was listening. Yes, I was listening to von Stroheim, but most of the time I was listening to Vodeon.
Okay.
Which is basically just Mandalorian war songs. And I'm just like, yeah! I'm a warrior!
I'm a man!
I'm a man!
I need a lightsaber! War! Just fucking, oh my god, it's so funny. But yeah, so,
oh my god. That was fun.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy our little like talk, and I hope you guys stick around for part 2. Anyways, bye-bye.
Goodbye!